I'm just going to introduce myself.
Okay, thank you. And with that, Connie, Rhind, Robey.
And Connie, I'm going to stop you for 1 second. It is 12:22. We have 10 minutes on the clock, and it's all yours.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad to be here. As I said, my name is Connie Rhind Robey, and I'm the co-owner of SpeedPro in Silver Spring. We have been in business for about 8 years. I've been in this BNI probably for 5 of them, and in a prior BNI with Stephanie for a couple of years as well. So it's great to be here. Today, I want to thank Carrie for the presentation, because the presentation is one of the things she put together during her time with us. And I'm going to talk today a little bit about wall and window graphics. We do a lot of different things. As I mentioned earlier, I do vehicles, and I showed that. Here I have a wall behind me as well so that you can see that. Simply coincidental, it says welcome, smile, and laugh, but it works out very well as a background. So there's many, many different kinds of walls and windows. What I want to do is just give you a little highlight, an overview of some of the things we do. And then at the end, I'll talk about who are the best referrals for me. On the upper right-hand side there, this is an immigration firm, and those are raised letters. So we can do that. We did the graphic for fit training for Mike, and that's there. And we also do beautiful, this piece of artwork is really kind of a piece of artwork that stands off from the wall. Next, please. We also want to talk about a little bit about why would you do wall and window graphics. One thing is you can increase brand awareness. So if there's a brand available with that, then you can. You can use them to promote sales and specials. Some stores will put them in the window and say, you know, come on in, we're doing X, Y, and Z. Right now, people might put that up just to show how they're handling COVID. Obviously, you can heighten the ambience of your space. So for example, the wall behind me is in a break room with a construction company, a developer. The mural on our right-hand side here is with a school. So schools can be excellent clients. DC schools, we've done tons of murals in DC schools. And on the left, we have a project that I did do with Steph years ago. And that is frosted vinyl printed on it. And it gives a certain, it's in a medical facility, and it gives certain privacy on the, you know, so you don't see in and out very well, but it does allow light. And it's a very beautiful thing, as people might be nervous arriving at a health clinic. So maybe Steph has other reasons too, but these are definitely good projects. Next, please. On the left, we have a restaurant that we did do. So you can see that you can have quite a large thing, and that can heighten the whole ambience of the restaurant. In this case, the restaurant didn't have very good food. It didn't last a long time. You need both. And on the right, you can see that there are wall letters. So this is just something that was put up to define some space. You can see the computers, you can see tacked up stuff on the wall. It doesn't have to always be high end. It can be high end, or it can be something that gives a sense of space and time and location and sort of a pride in who your brand is. So it can kind of go either way. Next, please. Here are 2 other kinds of things. We can do canvas, as we have on the left. That's a photograph that I took. And so you can blow it up. It's pretty big. And canvas can look beautiful for photographs. It can be a beautiful medium. Again, I'm not trying to sell anyone here on canvas. I'm just saying we can do a lot of different things. So when I get to the point about talking about things, then you can see that you can refer us with confidence. We also have things like standoffs, and on the right is a job that Rob referred to us, and he was looking for something, and he was, you know, as many people do, he had a budget. And so we can work with people with their budget to get something that's very professional and makes the space what he wants. So this is a government, part of the Maryland government, and he has actually come back to us for more things. So clients can, of course, be ongoing. And I know, therefore, that he was very happy with the customer. Thank you. We can also do backlit graphics. That's something, and you might have heard the term, or maybe you have or not, environmental graphics. You know, when you go into a space, just the way with your brand, when you go into a space, you want to fill the space with the kinds of things that represent the brand that you're building. Or if it's not a brand, this was part of a school, you want to fill the space so that it's a good learning environment, or it has whatever kind of aspect you would like for a good environment. Thank you. And then for window graphics, again, just trying to give a sense of range of types of things. We do frosted window graphics. I mentioned the ones earlier with Steph and the butterfly. Here is something which is much more commercial, and it just has, it's a smile direct. They wanted that on there. And again, a certain amount of privacy filter, which works well for frosted vinyl. People don't have to know what works well. We know what works well if they tell us what kinds of things they're looking for. So they don't have to come to me and say, I need exactly this. They can come and we can talk about what their needs are and how we can fulfill them. There's also perforated window film, which you can see through. So in the inside, this obviously is they're working on things, but as you can see, you can't see into it. So if you're working and doing construction on your space, people aren't observing it, but they can see out. And so sometimes you see that also on vehicle graphics. You see a lot of window perf so that you can see out through it, on a back window or something like that. Next one, please. Vinyl lettering, this savory French classique, you might recognize that from La Madeleine. So we can do things like for La Madeleine to put up, it says what exactly do they sell. And so that's a lovely thing. Of course, it has the look and feel of La Madeleine. They probably, in this case, provided us with the graphics because they have their brand fully done. If people don't have that kind of thing, we can design them. Or of course, they can work with a designer. We can do window clings. Sometimes people want them just super easy on and off. I mean, it's not hard to take off window graphics, but it's even easier with a window cling. And decals, so it doesn't have to cover the whole window. That's one of the things I want to mention here. You can see again, back to La Madeleine, you can see that, you don't cover the whole window with that. You don't need to do that. You can cut out exactly what it is that you want to see, and then you get the experience of looking through the window. Again, not trying to sell anyone here on any particular solution, just to say that with our many years of experience, we can help people find the right solution. Next, please. So who would I like to be introduced to? I would like to be introduced to construction companies, especially when they do development work. So we have done lots of work like the piece behind me. We've also done windows, not necessarily those, but windows where you can see what's coming into the facility, but they are not, they're not done. They're doing the inside at this time. So we can do all that. So construction companies are really great. They need a lot of this kind of work. They need fencing banners sometimes, which is not a very exciting product. We can also install, we do install all these products, but even for something like fencing banners, if they need installation, we can help them. It's not hard to get one banner up, but if you're trying to get up a mile of banners, that's a lot of banners. Commercial architects, you can do all kinds of fancy things with mirrors, with glass, with all that, and architects are regularly looking for that, especially architects who are in the commercial space are looking for that. Once we have an opportunity to go back into buildings, you'll see that when you look around, there's lots of this that you didn't notice, but it sets the tone for the building. Facilities managers, they're also excellent. If you know anybody who's the facilities manager for a building or a series of buildings, we can help them. We're also doing a lot of COVID signage. I didn't put up pictures of something like that, but we can help them also get a lot of COVID signage out there as they need. Print brokers, those are people who don't really produce anything, but they get it, they source from places, and we're absolutely happy to work with them. We work as a sub for them. If they were going to work in this space, if they were going to do a wall mural or something, we just come in as a sub. We don't say who we are. We just come in and execute the project for them. Marketing firms, same kind of thing. They're looking for these kinds of products regularly, as our ad agencies. Graphic designers, of course, are wonderful, and we work with many graphic designers, and nonprofits need a lot of this kind of work. We do other work as well, trade shows. We can do signage for safety, for runs and those kind of things. So nonprofits are also a lovely introduction. If it's a small nonprofit, meaning that it's sort of, with 5 people, then meeting the head person is great. If it's a larger nonprofit, then it's a nice opportunity to work with, somebody who's in charge of marketing or fundraising or something along those lines. And I know, Adam, I haven't met you, but we've done a lot of work with the Wider Circle, and we are literally around the corner from you. And finally,
1 more minute, Connie.
How many?
1.
I'm almost done, so we're good. And then we also work a lot with interior designers. So commercial or non, we work a lot with interior designers. We can make things happen that make a space a little bit special. We've put up pictures of the Nats Park for somebody who wanted to have a space like that for his kids. We've done all kind of different projects in that. And we've shown you some that are commercial. We can work in the personal space as well, and I don't mind that. It's not as big a source of places, and it's a little harder to introduce. You might not know what your friend is looking for, but in the commercial space, also, any of these people, they do not have to have a job right now. I'm not specifically hoping for a job right now from them. I'm happy to be a resource to them, and over time, they will have the kind of jobs that we do. But I'm happy to start with an introductory discussion that really only talks about what our capacities are, so that they have us as a resource when they need it. So I want to thank you again. I want to thank Carrie for putting together such a terrific presentation, and all of you for your attention.
Thank you, Connie.
Oh, I have one more page that just says we're on social media and things, I think. Yeah, we're on social media, YouTube, all of that. So look for it. We're very visual, so a lot of fun stuff.
So now it will be